Hey y'all, it's the Country Notary. Hope you're having a good day. As always, please like this video or at least subscribe to my channel. You may not like the video, but please subscribe to my channel, guys. The more subscribers we get, the more plays we get on YouTube, the more plays we get, the more content they automatically push out to people. And the more they push my content out to people, the more I grow, which is why I'm in business, because I am trying to grow. I am not trying, I am growing a mobile notary, loan signing agent business in a small market in Southeast Texas, and it is working. So again, these videos actually help me. I don't use these videos as marketing to any title company or things of that nature, but it helps me to be able to communicate my daily journey, my daily interactions, my daily experiences with an audience, and basically do a mental flush at the end of the day, sometimes a few times a week, sometimes a few times a day, because again, this loan signing agent business, being a mobile notary, it is really intriguing, really exciting. There's so many little interesting things that happen on assignments, during signings, on the road. And what I like to do, what I'm going to be doing in my videos, guys, they're different. I'm different, I'm the country notary, okay? We're all different. We come from different walks of life, different size cities that we live in, different communities. And I basically decided along the way, when I started doing these videos, I'm just going to try to give people some videos that they could actually see what it looks like literally see, instead of me just trying to explain it in my setting like I am today, in my setting, just on the road, right before assignments, driving to assignments, some of the odd conditions and experiences, like I said earlier, of becoming or working in the field of as a loan signing agent, working in the field as a mobile notary. So I hope you're enjoying my channel. I hope you're enjoying what I'm giving you so far. And if you are, please drop me a comment. Please drop me a comment, guys. I know our lives are busy. Sometimes we're watching these videos while we're multitasking, doing other things, driving. So don't text while driving, of course. But if your hands are free right now and you have questions, you want certain topics covered, comments, please drop those in the comments section. And I do get back in there and I answer as many of them as I can, as quickly as I can throughout the week. Okay? So again, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. It is getting a little warm. I have to say that heat is rising, and I'm sure it's rising in your state too. I do follow the weather across the country. It's hot out there, guys. So I had to start whipping out some of the lightweight summer clothing just to stay cool. Okay, so anyway, today's video, guys, I think is a really key and critical point for any person starting a new business. And I can comment about being a loan signer. I can comment about being a mobile notary. I can also go back and comment about my first few days as a sports official. And these topics actually marry up very well. When you're new at something, oftentimes you're going to be nervous. You're going to be nervous because it's human nature to be nervous, guys. Let's just be honest and be real with it. It's human nature to be nervous. And sometimes when we haven't done something yet, our nerves kind of get in the way and they build up and sometimes even prevent us from taking that first step. Like I've seen with a number of people on social media chats, in groups, community groups, a lot of people have gone out, gotten their commission. They've actually taken a training class, paid some money, and are afraid to take a signing. Fear of the unknown, probably one of our biggest fears, including myself, fear of the unknown. And I just want to digress a little bit and talk a little bit about myself. When I was a teenager and a kid and a teenager, guys, I was so timid, easily intimidated. I was the most timid of my family. And you wouldn't know it now because my personality is a lot more outgoing, assertive as I've grown up. But guess what? I had to work on that. I literally had to work on that at some point to get myself over the hurdle of just being timid and then being afraid and then being intimidated by authority. I had to work on that, and I've overcome it. I have overcome it to the point sometimes I may be a little bit too assertive. I don't know if that is such a thing, to be too assertive, but then I also have to work on techniques and strategies so that I won't push people the wrong way, push people the wrong way. So this video today is about confidence. Having the necessary confidence, having the confidence required to be effective in a loan signing agent business, a mobile notary business, when you're interacting with different people every day, different lenders, title companies, signing services, borrowers, signers. I don't know if I left anyone out. Different entities on a daily, weekly basis. You have to be confident in what you're doing. Growing confidence and building confidence will go a long way in your business. And I don't mean it takes a long time. I'm going to talk to you today about some quick strategies that hopefully can get you make you some quicker steps in building your confidence, so that you can, hey, if you're on the fence about doing loan signings, maybe get you over that starting line. If you're on the fence about getting out and interacting with the public and dealing with all these, dealing with agencies from out of state, talking to these professionals in industries that you're still learning about. I don't know a lot about real estate. I'm not even sure what title agents do compared to lenders. Confidence in dealing with the various people and entities that you'll deal with as a mobile notary and loan signing agent. And I have some notes here, so if I look away from the phone and the camera, please excuse me, because I don't have this stuff memorized, okay? Alrighty, building confidence. Number one, get out of your own head. My biggest advice, get out of your own head, guys. I can go way back to my sophomore year in college. I'm from a small town in Texas, and it probably isn't that small, honestly, but dealing with people at a major university in Houston, where you have people from all over the United States, big cities, New Jersey, Chicago, St. Louis, all parts of California, from all over the world, Middle East, Africa, Israel. I had a lot of friends from different parts of the world, and here I am, this little small town, worst accent my accent was way worse back then, of course, than it is now, because I've, lived in different cities, and it's actually a lot more refined than it used to be. People literally used to tease me and pick on me based on the way I talked. And I didn't know I talked different. That's how everybody talked where I was from. I was always smart and intelligent. I just didn't realize that my accent made me sound not intelligent. That went on for my whole first year of college. My second year of college, guys, I got out of my own head. I decided, and it was with help, I have to admit, I did between my freshman and sophomore year of college, I met my boyfriend, who eventually became my husband at that time. And because of my relationship and just him, basically questioning me, asking me, why are you so timid and shy? You have all the tools and all the intelligence, and you're such a, strong and dynamic person. Get out of your own head and get other people out of your own head. And we're going to talk about that in bullet point number 2. I worked on it. And it works right now in my notary business. Of course, whenever you're starting something new, you're going to be nervous. You're going to be maybe afraid, apprehensive of taking that first step into a career business that you don't have a lot of experience or knowledge about. Okay, those are understood. It's given. You don't know something because you haven't experienced it yet. But at the same time, do not let your nerves and your anxieties prevent you from making those first steps. Get out of your own head. Okay? Techniques, strategies to do so. When I first started my loan signing agent business back in January, guys, I was a complete wreck. I was so nervous. I didn't know, of course, I didn't know what I was doing until I was able to get a few signings under my belt and build that experience. I remember the very first time I received a notification. It was from SnapDocs. I was driving home from my 9-to-5 job. I was on the service road about to get on the highway, and my phone saw a notification. I'm like, oh my God, Snap. And I literally had to pull the car over because I was trying to accept the assignment because I was so excited. This does work. These assignments were coming, notifications came several that first week, by the way. I clicked accept. And I was so excited, and they gave me the assignment. I was assigned the job, and man, a whole new world opened, by the way. 7 months later, the country notary is balling. A whole new world opened that day. I accepted that assignment. Okay? I noticed I'm in a lot of Facebook groups, notary Facebook groups, and a lot of comments from new notaries are basically stating that they're afraid. They're afraid to take an assignment because they don't feel that they're ready. They've taken a training class, they've done a lot of study, and they're still afraid. And I do understand. I understand where you may be. I was afraid. I was terrified. And as soon as I clicked accept, maybe a few minutes later, the phone rang from Florida, and it was the company calling me. Sunshine Signings, my very first signing. And the agent, the title agent, or the assigning agent from Sunshine Signings, she was talking real fast. She was giving me instructions real quickly. I think the day of the week, this may have been a Wednesday or a Thursday, and the assignment was for the Friday evening. I won't forget because my very first signing was on a Friday evening. And she gave me the instructions real fast, and she also obviously followed it up with the entries in SnapDocs where I was able to go in and read their instructions, print the documents. It was my first one. Boy, I was so scared. I think I messaged her a couple of times for feedback and did the assignment. So, and carried out the job the next day. My point of telling you that, of course, yes, I was nervous. I was very nervous. I would have to say the first maybe 6 signings, maybe full first month, I was nervous and just almost terrified that the signer would be able to look right through me and realize that I was new. And guess what, guys? That is so far from the truth. The signers have no idea if you're new. They don't know you. They only know that this notary walked up to close their loan. That's it. All the other vibes that you put off are from within. The signer doesn't know. I remember my very second signing. A couple in this area who were working in this area, but they lived in Houston. They were selling a property in Houston. They were working remotely in this area. So I was assigned this signing, a seller's package, and went to the signing. And within the same topic, the husband, he started referring to me like I was the expert, like they had sent me and parted the gravel, not the Red Sea, the gravel in his driveway and his parking lot. And here comes this expert notary to save them and tell them everything they needed to know about selling and real estate transactions. And guess what? Number one, that's not the notary's job. And secondly, I knew it was my second job. So when I tell you I understand nerves and anxiety, yes, I do. I'm sure most of us are nervous when we first start. Maybe not everybody, but I know I was. But if you can see me now, the confidence and the smile and the energy that I have now, guys, I built this energy and this confidence through using certain strategies that I'm going to quickly go over in this video because you know I talk long and I'll be talking forever. So, getting out of your own way. I think the very first way I started to be able to calm myself down, especially during the signing, guys, is to take deep breaths. I find myself, when I first got to the signing, knock on the door. How are you? I'm the notaries. Nice to meet you. We've talked previously. Brief introduction. And I've enhanced my brief introductions now just so I won't forget. From being nervous, brief introduction. What I do now, of course, I'm confident now, but what I do now, guys, I come in, I greet the borrowers, good evening, how are you guys today? Great, in a very conversational, relaxed tone. It just works. And then one thing I also do, this helps me calm down and it breaks the ice. I look around the home, whether it's a trailer, a small, country, rural looking home, or a nice, fancy home, no matter what the conditions in the home might be, I pick one thing in the home that catches my attention, something that may be personal. It seems that a personal touch of the person who decorated the home, and I'll compliment it. It could be a picture, a family picture, a piece of art, even something as simple as a centerpiece on a table, a candle, and I compliment it. Or just in general, I really love your home. It's really nice. I didn't know this neighborhood was out here. This is really nice. I didn't know they built a neighborhood out here. Just whatever. It breaks the ice, and people love compliments. It relaxes the tone, and it allows you to relax as well. I talked about deep breathing. I get to the table, usually ask where we're going to conduct the signing, and I try to gesture towards the kitchen table or to a table that I think is adequate for our signing. Sometimes they just want to sign on a little card, a little small what do you call those TV trays? I'm like, well, I have a lot of stuff, guys. So we're gonna need, sir, we're gonna need some space. I gesture towards the table. I immediately take control of the signing. I'm gonna do a whole separate video on taking control of the signing. But by doing so, gesturing towards the workspace, you've taken control now. And once you get that control, your confidence is stronger. You're in charge of the signing. And basically, believe it or not, the signer, the borrower, will pretty much do whatever you say. Number one, they're excited to close this loan. Normally, they're getting a lower interest rate, so people love saving money. So they're excited that this day has finally come, maybe after a couple of months since they've applied for their refi, all the paperwork, the applications, the back and forth with the title company, the appraisal, the appraisers, the lenders. After all these various conversations and messages, etc., they're finally at closing day. And some people, of course, during the home equity line of credit refis, they're really excited because they're usually getting a big chunk of cash within a few days. So they will basically do whatever you ask them to do at that point, within, reason, of course. Gesture towards the workspace. Just give me a second, and then I take over. Again, building confidence. Take the control of the signing, okay? I take over. It takes me a little while to unpack my stamp, my notary journal, the documents, my reading glasses, my paperclip holder, any little, the pens, the blue pens for me and the borrower. I like to set things up and just take me a moment. And usually they're staring at you, so you're like, okay, just give me a second to set up the table. But taking control at the beginning of the appointment with the compliment, breaking the ice a little bit, asking where the work area is, give me a few minutes to set up my supplies. Again, you're taking control of the appointment, and by doing so, it gives you the confidence that you're in charge, and being in charge kind of breeds confidence. And if you haven't experienced that yet, use these strategies and you will experience that, okay? Take control, build confidence. Another technique I've used, guys, this works so well, like I just did a moment ago. Take deep breaths. Sometimes, even at this point, I'm not sure why, sometimes I just feel a little rushed, maybe not nervous, but rushed at the beginning of an appointment. I feel myself rushing, wanting to be all perfect. And now I have a mobile printer, so I'm setting everything up, wanting to be all perfect. Hopefully everything's working properly and no glitches. And sometimes you still get a little rushed. I've learned literally deep breathing techniques. I know that might be a little cliche, but it works. Deep breathing techniques. It just relaxes you, again, keeps you calm, and it allows you to slow down, and like I'm trying to right now, slow down and pace yourself to do a more efficient job. Deep breaths, okay? I really never like to talk long, guys, but there's so much information. Please stay tuned, and if you can't watch the rest of this video, if you're busy, save it for later. There's so much good information. Here's another tip, guys. Don't let other people tell you what to do. Don't listen to other people. And what I mean by that, people who are not in the business, people who are not loan signing. Of course, if you have experts out there, and I don't consider myself an expert, but people that you've been following and that you see their experiences on videos, of course, you see their success. Follow people who obviously have that knowledge, who knows the business, who knows what they're doing. Don't listen to naysayers. And even experienced people who you may seek advice from. Don't listen to the very first piece of advice that you get. Do your research. And I'm a window shopper. I admit it, I'm a window shopper. Before I make a decision, before I make any purchase decision, even before I implement a strategy, as a loan signing agent, I've probably watched 5 or 6 different videos and saved some and went back and watched them again before I implemented that strategy, okay? Don't listen to people who aren't giving you good advice because they don't have the experience, or people that are naysayers, haters, just people that are negative. Get those people out of your head, guys, out of your circle. Surround yourself with good content, positive content, self-development videos, podcasts, books that are going to build your knowledge. Trust me, I've been doing this myself since about the last 2 or 3 months, reading books, from the beginning, watching videos, watching blogs, NNA articles, watching podcasts, pre-recorded conferences. Fill your head with knowledge. Knowledge is power. Knowledge builds confidence, without a doubt. Without a doubt. So if you're sitting at home now and you haven't taken that first signing, or you're in the middle of your first few months and you're still feeling nervousness, scared to take certain steps in your business, educate yourself, guys. Self-development. YouTube is full of information. Watch my videos. Some of my videos aren't, I'm not an expert in most things, but I basically know what I'm talking about, and what I've learned so far is working. So watch my videos, guys, and implement my strategies. And I'm going to be dropping more specific strategies in like starting today, so that you can actually put your hands in around something that you can use in your business. Okay. Take deep breaths. Don't listen to other people. Don't listen to naysayers, regardless if those people are experts or not. I had an expert message me once. I asked a question out there on a blog, in a group message, and got some feedback. And one of the experts whose opinion I value highly basically told me, "No, I don't do that." Okay, well, gosh, that came across as don't do that, and I almost didn't take the step that person told me that she just didn't do, because it didn't fit her business model. But had I only listened to no, I don't do that, I would have never taken this step. Okay. And what step am I speaking of? I put a message out. Hey, I need to know more about home equity loans in Texas. We have to close these home equity loans, these cash outs, in a title office or a law firm. I had called every title office in this area, none of which gave me the time of day. Emailed them, followed up a couple of times with emails. None of them gave me the time of day. A few follow-up phone calls. They don't use mobile notaries. I got no good feedback. So when I started inquiring about office rental space, I was apprehensive about going out with these after these title companies for an agreement for office rental space, because of the cold shoulder that I had received from them in the first round of research. And then when I received the comment back, I don't do those, I took it literally. But something told me, and this is something I've learned. This is something I've learned from that point on. Don't listen to the first piece of advice you get. And I've used this up to today at the mall today. That's a whole nother story. When someone tells you an answer, process it and think to yourself, is this the answer, or is this just their answer? Because if you're looking for a solution to something and you think that person is the solution, dig deeper. Dig deep. Ask a follow-up question until you get to the answer you need, not the answer that they're giving you. I have a whole separate video on that, okay? Because again, I'm going long. So I didn't take no as an answer in this case. I need a law office. The title companies weren't being very friendly or engaging with me, inviting. I put a message out on Facebook. Anybody know a good lawyer, maybe a home-friendly, down-home-friendly lawyer in this area that I can call about a business collaboration? I kind of left it open-ended. And I did put the word friendly because I didn't want to deal with hostile, negative professionals, where if I did get the space to walk in and not feel comfortable in the environment. And I got several responses. I got 3 recommendations. Called the first firm. The lady took my information. She was real nice. She told me they would call me back. Never called me back. 4 or 5 months later, still hadn't called me back. Called the second office, and at this point I really wasn't even that excited about of doing it because of the feedback that I had already gotten from the expert. But I said, it was raining horribly that weekend. Horribly. And the weather forecast I think I was doing this work on a Wednesday. It was raining. The weather forecast for the next 2 days, Thursday and Friday, downpours. And I easily could have said to myself, it'll be probably flooding by Friday, and I probably just don't need to go. Talking myself out of it. Again, I was rather new. My confidence wasn't that great at the time, but I decided to go for it. The second law firm called me back. They actually called me back. I was shocked. I was like, this is Dana. Hello. And they called me back, and I was surprised. I wasn't even prepared for the phone call. So we talked. I told the lawyer that I was a local notary, that I needed information, or maybe to speak with him about renting a space in his office occasionally. these assignments are going to come up sporadically. They're not predictable. I basically let them know that I could have one or more per week, or maybe none in a week, and that if there is an agreement that I could reach with him to rent the space on an as needed, as assigned basis, we'd sign some type of agreement, and we'd negotiate a fee. He listened cordially, and he goes, well, can you be here Friday afternoon? Again, I almost talked myself out of it. It was pouring down, and the weather on Friday said like 98% chance of rain. But I said, yes, sir, I sure will. And I almost had an intention of calling and canceling, but I put on my rain boots, waited out there, and as it turned out, it was one of the best decisions I made, not to listen to other people. Okay, these are the most friendly, professional, and one of the most well-known lawyers in my hometown. And from that mid-February, it was around Valentine's Day. I think the week before, it was the weekend of Valentine's Day. We had horrendous floods here. I've been signing about once a week, home equity line of credits. The people are nice, professional, and friendly. Not only do I have that law space when I need it, now I also have I also have a business relationship with a lawyer in case I need to pay for a lawyer. I do notary work for them as well, so they keep a running invoice for me. And my notary, if I do notary work for them, they deduct it from the invoice. We don't exchange cash. And at the end of last time, actually, after 2 months, because they don't charge me very much, so they're not making a lot of money on my rental. They give me an invoice, and I paid my invoice through PayPal the same day. Worked out. It is working beautifully. Best decision I could ever make. Don't take other people's word at face value. Don't listen to naysayers. And as long as this relationship between me and this law firm is working, I can see us having a long and beautiful, for lack of a better term, partnership, associateship. Okay. Don't listen to other people. I talked about being friendly. Okay, you can see by my videos, by my demeanor, I'm pretty much friendly on the phone. Whenever I get a call from a title company, again, you will get a phone call eventually from a title company, from a rep, from a lender, from a signing service, and you might be nervous. How do you handle that? Take the deep breath, guys. And again, whatever tip I'm on, 1, 2, 3, 4. Be friendly. Just be normal. Be a regular person. Regular person, guys. Okay? Prime example. Hello, this is Susie from 24/7, Notarized 24/7. May I speak to Country Notary? Hi, this is the Country Notary. How are you today? I always follow that up with, this is the Country Notary. I use my real name, of course. How are you today? And for some reason, they pause because I don't think they're accustomed to anyone asking how they are. How are you today? And they usually you could hear the whole expression changes. Yes, I'm good, thank you. Thank you for asking. 98% of the time, guys, it works. And it eases from that point on, no matter how nervous you might be or afraid or whatever, it takes the tone of the conversation down multiple notches. And then I think they sense in you that you are a confident person, a regular person who's able to engage in a friendly conversation. That gives them a little bit more confidence, in my opinion, in you and your work as a notary, as a loan signing agent, versus, I wonder if this loan signing agent's going to be able to do the job. I hope she's not a flake. I hope she's not new, inexperienced, or it just eases the tone for the entire conversation, and it allows you to enter into that conversation with some confidence. Just treat them like you want to be treated. Friendly, engaging, and how are you today? At the end of the conversation, I always say thank you. And this, guys, these might sound like small tips, but they're very effective strategies in, again, professional communications, which also then leads to confidence, building your confidence, whether you're brand new or you've been doing this for 6 months or, 16 years or whatever. Okay. Knowledge is power, guys. I think I've covered most of these tips. Again, the very first strategy in building your confidence is experience. And if you haven't started taking signings yet, you won't gain that experience. So really the very first strategy and tip that I can give you is to take a signing, accept it. If you're assign that job. Second level of research I would do is, the second step I would do is do a little bit more research, of course. Read through all of the title company's instructions, through the signing services instructions, lender instructions, print them, highlight them, read them multiple times. Create a list of questions in case something in those instructions are confusing, and call for clarification. Okay? Take your time in prepping the documents. When you call the borrower to confirm the appointment, be very specific, concise. Again, a little light chatter, a little light humor to ease the, to break the ice, to kind of bring the tone down a little bit. Slow yourself down, take deep breaths, process, keep notes handy, speak confidently, and basically, guys, again, by doing these strategies, it will ease your nerves to the extent where you can do a more effective job. And by doing a more effective job, you'll get more jobs, more experience. And after doing many signings and getting more experience, these strategies will then just be inbred, and your confidence will start to bubble out. It will just start to bubble up. I've already talked 30 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun, guys. It's the Country Notary. Again, please like this video, subscribe to my channel. Just a little brief, not that brief, set of strategies on how to stay relaxed and stay calm and confident, especially at the beginning of your loan signing agent business and career. These are also tips and strategies that I'll be talking about during my coaching sessions, while we're on live Zoom, talking you through scenarios. I have all types of little things that I do, little subtle things that I do to ease the conversation, to break the ice at the beginning of appointments, to engage in a professional short conversations with the signers during the signing, to keep the signing on track and on schedule, as well as, again, just easing the mood during the signing so that you're not tense, they're not tense, and it allows you to relax and be a more confident signer. I'll be, like I said, we'll talk about many of these strategies during my one-on-one coaching sessions, of which I will be dropping a full-length video very soon about how those work once I get to 100 subscribers. Okay, guys, subscribers, I'm sorry. It's the Country Notary signing off. I'll talk to y'all soon.